Hello everyone, welcome to today's math lesson. Today on June 2nd. We're going to be going over algebra today. We've gone over this a few times. Hopefully it should be pretty easy, but this is the most important thing that we have learned this year in 7th grade, and it's going to be really important that you're able to do these types of problems to be successful in 8th and 9th grade and any other math classes that you take after that as well. So there are notes on page 1 here and some examples that you can look at while you're trying these. I'll go over those in a second. Remember, we're trying to get x alone, the variable alone, and that you're allowed to simplify either side first, and the two ways we did that were the distributive property or combining like terms. Excuse me, sneeze there. And the algebra steps you can do is you can add, subtract, multiply, or divide by any number as long as you do it to both sides of the equation. And again, you can see some examples of that happening here. One with just algebra and one that has the distributive property and then combining like terms, then your algebra steps. Okay, so why don't we try these 4 problems right here as additional help. Pause the video, and then when you unpause it, we'll go back over it. Okay, so hopefully you tried all 4 of them here. Number 1, straightforward. I'm trying to get this x alone. I always get rid of the term without the variable first. This 4, the opposite of positive 4, is negative 4. All right, so we subtract 4 both sides. I'm left with 7x plus 0. You don't have to write the plus 0 there. Now I have 7 times x equals 35. The opposite of multiplying by 7 is to divide by 7. And we get x equals 5. For number 2 over here, we want to get this x alone. This is a tricky one. Now this one's going to come out to be a decimal. I made one to be a decimal too, just to remind yourself that it doesn't have to be a whole number. It doesn't, decimals are numbers too, so nothing wrong with getting a decimal. So I got to get rid of this 3 first. This is a positive 3. Don't get thrown off by this minus sign that's in front of the 5x. This is a positive 3. So to get rid of that positive 3, I'm going to take away 3. That'll make it go to 0 on that side. I have 0 minus 5x, which is just minus 5x, which you can treat as negative 5x now. 34 minus 3 is 31. I got to get rid of this times negative 5x. The opposite of multiplying by negative 5 is to divide by negative 5. And you can use a calculator to help you if you want, or just do long division. And you end up here getting negative 6.2 for our answer. Alright. 3 and 4 are going to have some simplifying steps here. On number 3 here, to get w alone, I'm going to first work smarter, not harder, and try to have an easier equation to solve by combining like terms first. This is a simplifying step. This gives me negative 6w plus 8. That's just by combining positive 3w with negative 9w. I bring down my equals 32. So it's not an algebra step. I'm not manipulating both sides. I just cleaned up this left-hand side here. So I want to get the w alone. Start by getting rid of the constant term, positive 8. I take away 8 both sides. Leaves me with negative 6w equals 24. Get rid of the times negative 6. I'm going to divide by negative 6. And we get w. Oh, I'm running out of ink here. Switch pens. W equals negative 4 for my answer there. Alright. And the last one, number 4 here. I'm going to distribute the 2 first. So just bring the 7 down. 2 times 3y is 6y. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. So that's just a simplifying step. I can simplify more by combining like terms. 7 and negative 10 are both constant terms. So I just bring down my 6y. 7 and negative 10 is negative 3. And now I'm ready to start doing algebra. So I'm going to get rid of the minus 3 by adding 3 both sides. I get 6y equals 36. Divide both sides by 6. And I get y equals 6 for my answer there. Alright, so there's some examples of different types of algebra problems that we've done this year. Again, the first 2 were just algebra, and 3 and 4 had simplifying steps, then algebra to get your answer alone. Okay. One thing to make sure you see for tonight, I had Troy told me that the number 4 was cut off on your packet here. So it should be, as you can see here on mine, 40. It must be when they copied it, the number got cut off the end there. So that number 4 should be 7x minus 8 minus 10x equals 40. So your work for tonight is just these 4 problems over here, bottom of page 1. So hopefully it'll go pretty well. And again, you have a couple of example problems to look at on bottom of page 1 across from it. All right. Have an excellent day. Remember at the end of the week to take pictures of page 1 and 2. Or whenever you're done with page 1 and 2, you can take pictures and send it in to me. Either attach it to the Google Classroom page or attach it to an email to me. All right. Have a good Tuesday, guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.